I can't really, I can't share. So
I mean, okay, it's the thing about this is it's been following the same pattern, right? So it's the open, it's pumping, right? And then it's hitting
Mm-hmm.
this resistance at this point, and then it's jumping back. So it's been doing the same thing lately. Like, if you see from the 4 days pattern, uh,
Uh-huh.
so in here, so at the open, it's just pumping up and then dumping. At open, we see a little spike up and then dump all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once it find the support here, so all we see is just going up. So
Okay.
we had this reversal at this point at 450 level. For now, it's
Uh-huh.
just changing momentum to the upside rather than downside.
Okay. So now we on the upside.
Mm-hmm. We're looking
Okay.
pretty fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see this Fibonacci band. It hit almost the bottom here at 441, and then we're on the uptrend. So
yo,
huh?
my bad, finish up. How do you use Fibonacci bands, bro? Like that would like it would bug me out on my chart. Like all those lines would just be like, shit, this is way too much.
Okay, the thing about Fibonacci bands is each level is like a historic Fibonacci for that time period, right? So usually if you see a stock going all the way to the bottom side, then you should see like a support around this area. So you should see like a reversal. And if you can see this Fibonacci, if you look at this, right, the bands in here were so tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's real tight.
So this is super tight, which is showing that in the next few days, we can see a momentum shift. Like all this consolidation is going to break out or break down. And after it chose to break out, what happened? It went all the way out of the Fibonacci bands.
Earnings.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
earnings, which is way overbought, if you can see on the RSI as well. Super, super overbought.
Yo, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get into for Zoom earnings again with the lockdown continuing to happen. They could have another spike back up.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I believe that they beat earnings this time as well. Since it's not about Corona, there's a lot more industries that actually using Zoom right now.
And they came out with the new iCloud thing that actually helped them up too a little while ago. So they have a bunch of new things come out. The problem is their future guidance. That's why the last time people were so shaky about the Zoom because they didn't know if they were gonna have good future guidance or not.
I
But
know
they ended
that's
up having some crazy guidance. So,
yeah, but that's a problem about this time as well. Their guidance probably would have been bad, I believe, since that's what happened with Apple as well.
but the thing
But
is, it's like the Zoom company itself. Like this stock is only good because of the pandemic. So, like with the
mhm.
pandemic still going on, Apple might have a hard time because they still have to do a lot of retailing themselves. But Zoom itself, they're only gonna like go up with the pandemic still happening. As soon as the pandemic's gone, Zoom will be dropping back to like 300s.
That's a
Yeah,
problem.
once they start opening up, once they
Uh-huh.
start opening up the economy, that's when it's going to
That
drop. Right
yeah,
now, it's solid, but I mean, I suppose this thing's going to be done over soon. We're going to go back to normal, but
I mean,
whatever.
that's the thing. Like, we're not sure when the pandemic is just going to end. I believe it's just going to be there for another 6 months,
and let's
easily.
not
Yeah, I mean,
forget that.
I think that the pandemic. Like, I'm not saying I'm not for sure, but
Hmm.
I will estimate within probably 3 months or so.
Because the thing is, we also have to keep in mind that Europe already started their lockdowns. They're actually starting at the end of this week, if I'm not wrong, or they
Hmm.
already started. It was one or the other. U.S. probably just been pushing it off because of elections. That I could tell you for sure. But
But
once
the thing
elections
is,
are over,
once election is over, we're probably going to go to lockdown. But as we go to elections or as we go to the pandemic or more lockdowns, there's no more room for Zoom to move up. So since we made a previous high at 580, which is about $80 from now. So if it goes to 510-ish around this area, once it breaks above this resistance, the purple line, we'll go to overbought, right? So speaking about technical wise, if you go to overbought, so we can just continue to ride up all the way, right? So I mean, we're in the uptrend, but how long can we continue to the upside?
well, the earnings isn't until the end of the month, so Zoom will go up and then probably retract back to clear up that heat level.
But I don't think this earnings is going to be as major as this one.
Well, I do think that when they report on earnings, if the economy is still, there's no reports, I do think it's going to have a pop to the upside when
Yeah, but
the new.
it's not gonna be crazy though. It's not gonna be the crazy one.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know exactly how volatile it'll be on that day, but I think he has a point with his analysis. I think it'll pop on earnings.
I mean, that's all fundamentals. I'm not really good with that. That's just something I would assume.
That's a good thing. Even though if it pops to earnings, say it goes to 650s or something, then we can just short it at that point. Since by the time, so that's a good time to short.
Yo, Zoom has an insane range, right? Insane fucking range. When it's on the put side, you hold those puts for almost a week. Do not let go of them, man. I'm telling you right now. Every time it does high, it always does a week worth of dump. It's just amazing.
Obviously, look at this. What has to go up, it has to come down.
I love it though, or like
I mean,
the
it's
range
doing the
just...
same pattern all the time, going up, take the resistance right there and consolidating all the way up, then breaking out of the pattern, and then same thing, go up, dump. So we can see here as well. But the thing about this one different is all these are making higher highs. So this is the first high.
This would be that below that middle.
Yeah, but here we broke this support due to normal market sell-off.
Yeah, I want to see something. Where's
I feel like
RSI?
RSI, one sec.
Yeah, okay, so I could tell you exactly why it did that trend. It's because it was trying to clear up its weekly RSI. It just came right back down. Yeah, I mean overbought.
All the things do that. Even Neo does that as well. So someone asked for Neo. So
and then Neo's gonna be a while, man. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while, bro. I'm very upset about that one. That one just killed my day today.
So here
44 now, freaking wow.
43, bro. 40.
The thing about Neo I love is it's gonna run up all the way.
Then modify the interview depending on those combinations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about whether that's the right thing to do first. Okay. Before we comment on when and where and what.
Who is that?
I think Neo keeps grinding higher and higher and higher and higher.
I mean, that's what it does. So we see a pop to the upside here, first high, and then we consolidate for a while. Then we break out in this pattern. Then we consolidate for a week, then break out, consolidate, break out. So it's just the same pattern as falling, but this one right here, this one is too much. Like, if you see the breakouts, right? So this breakout is, if you see this breakout, or this breakout is bigger than this, and this breakout is bigger than this one. So it's just making it new highs and new ranges. So for now, all I see is just like a little pullback to the downside.
I think those consolidation points are just price control. I think Morgan Stanley upgraded this thing to $40 when it was back in 20.
Yes, that day was a big one.
Yeah, and so I'm like, this is going to pump major. Morgan Stanley upgrading this is going to get news headlines. People are going to see it. People are going to buy into it. It's going to pump. And those right there, it's just I believe it's just kind of like price. I mean, if it pumps too much, you're going to, what happens.
I think all the three Chinese EV players are doing the same thing. XP, EV, and
exactly.
I mean, it's the same thing.
LI is another one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really see a divergence here as well. All I see is just a continuation to the top side. But
it's
again,
literally a continuation to the top side.
But we're super overbought at this point, right?
But the thing is,
85.
we're not having bearish divergence yet on the RSI yet. You see how the RSI keeps going slightly higher. Even though it keeps going slightly higher, that's more than enough for the stock to keep going. Like it tells us.
It's not about the going up, but the RSI has to calm down, right? The stock has to reset, but it's not letting the RSI to reset.
Now this is what the problem with that theory is. RSI is just there to finally tell us like when the drop's gonna happen or how much higher it's gonna go, right? But if the price is holding up while the RSI is going down,
it'll cool off.
No, the RSI has already cooled off, but the stock price no further needs to cool off anymore. That's the reason why NIO continued running from yesterday. That's the
so are we saying it has positive divergence? So it keeps...
from yesterday it ran because of the news today, right? It should drop. Yesterday everyone thought it's gonna drop. right? All the analysts got puts on it. But the reason it pumped is just the news they got released today, the 100 kilowatt battery range. That news pumped it. And as a sympathy stock, XPEV pumped as well.
Hello, hello.
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 Hi. Okay, so I'm just skipping.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, so the news and the sympathy from the XPEV, right, pumped it more higher. But there's no reason for the pump today if the news wasn't there.
Now this is what the problem with that theory is, right? If the news came out in the morning, how come NIO just consolidated for literally the first 4 hours in the market? It didn't want to break out until 12 p.m. Eastern when I actually brought it up. Like
The
it
volume
didn't like
pumped
it,
in. The volume.
no, but the thing is, if the news really, I mean, look, on a technical analysis point, it wanted to run up more. I even told you yesterday it wanted to try to test 39 plus
No,
again.
okay. The thing is, I personally thought it's gonna go down, like, cause it has to come down since it's following the same technicals. Well, it's
But
going up. It's just consolidating for a while and then pumping down. So same thing here. We had the price upgrade. What happened? We consolidated here. We went all the way down here and then pumped back. So if
Okay,
you're
go
looking
ahead.
at that technicals, right? It's just following the pattern from what, 1, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. So the pattern was true for the last 4 times, which means there's a high possibility it has to follow that as well. But if the news wasn't there and the XPEV was not pumping, so I should have seen NEO at 34 range today. Definitely. Because it's just not only me, right? It's just not only me. Like most of the analysts called it the puts on it. So there's like even my Bollinger Band or the Fibonacci bands are way overextended if you look at it.
I mean, but there were a lot of people who called calls on it too. I mean, the guy who taught me technical analysis was also looking forward to a run out on NIO.
But what calls did he
Okay,
get?
Okay, so this morning I picked up the 40 call, but I left way too early. I mean, even yesterday I had calls on it, but I left like at the 38 mark. I never got back in at 35, but that's just because of my own restrictions on my account.
But yeah,
I mean, no doubt that you can make money short term on NEO on the upside, but I think what Ninja's saying is that there's more potential and safer risk on the
no, okay.
downside.
Yes, there's yeah. So the thing is, if a stock has to go up, right, it needs to have a healthy pullback, at least to 20 to 25% of the range it moved up, in order to continue to the upside. So
Now
there's
the problem is, I'll finish up my bed. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's fine, but there's no such thing like it's like a straight run up, right? Like it has to cool down and then gather all the moment or the consolidation volume and then shoot back up. So that's where I would enter the long calls if you didn't like, okay, personally, I'm holding my NEO shares from $2.50. I'm holding 600 shares from $2.50. I'm not selling it at any point. So I personally think for long term, NEO can be a very good potential stock. But for short term, I think it needs to have a little pullback to the downside, at least to, okay, for now, I'm thinking at this range, this is a consolidation period. So I think it's 36. That's a strong support. Or you can see this candle here, would hold that. So at least at 36, it has to pull back and then consolidate for a while. So it has to pull back here. And then it just need to consolidate for a while. And then take the momentum and then gap up all the way. So that's a healthy pullback into the run. That's what it should do. If they're just running all the way to the upside, right, that's a problem. Now we can see big dumps.
It almost traded 300 million shares today.
That's what I was trying to say. Like,
NEO always have those volumes. NEO always have that volume.
The next thing is they did an offering. Probably they're going to come after all the upgrades. Probably they're going to do an offering now.
Yeah, that's a problem for NEO. If they do offering, it's
yeah.
But
I think last time Ninja, then they did. It didn't really budge a lot.
It
dropped 8%. No. It dumped 8%. I remember.
It dumped 8% for the day after earnings, but then the day after that, it literally
not
shot
earnings,
up.
Not earnings.
I mean, not earnings,
offerings.
offering. Sorry, offering.
Yeah, I think right around that offering and the dump, and then I waited a little longer and got out. Probably that's my bad.
Yeah, no, but it got back up. The thing is, I got calls like 2 days before, and they got offerings like the night before, and then it dropped 8% overnight. So we had to wait like 2 days to recover.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've seen this run happen from like 26, 27. So there's literally no point of chasing it. It's just day trades. No longer swing is an option because the way it's been knocking out all my price targets on it is just, I was looking for 42s into tomorrow. I was not looking for it today, but it's just running up. So it's either that it's going to do a nice 45 into tomorrow. I don't even know at this point, just going to have to watch it, but
But the thing
it's
is, it's not going to run crazy or it's not going to dump crazy since this is a volume moving stock, right? This is moving on
exactly, yeah.
heavy
The
volume.
momentum and volume is really good. Even yesterday, when I told you it needed to break 36.20 for us to see a downside, but the way it literally came right back up to 37.80 80s, it was just like you knew it was gonna hit 39 at that point. Like I was so 100% sure. I'm like, as soon as it hits 37.80s and closes right there, I know it's gonna hit 39s again tomorrow morning. Like there was no
Yeah.
doubt about it because it supported the trend. The huge bottom wick went under, did a nice stop loss trigger right there for everybody, and it bounced right back above the trend. You're looking at a hike in Ashley, so it might be a little different from mine and your charts though.
I mean, yeah, that'll be different.
I had a 40 call, just sold it off for 50%, just one call, but yeah, looks it. I didn't expect
I
it to go
mean,
to
yeah,
44
this one, if you
before the
need
new.
more profits, I would long it. I wouldn't short. Like I would long for
But
more further expiry. Like for now, if you see a pullback, right? Like this pullback, I can see a pullback to 37 at least. If not, it has to fill the gap to the downside to 35.78. If it can fill the gap here, or yeah, there's a gap here as well.
there is a gap, yeah.
Yeah, so
There's a lot of gaps on it. It's the same gaps that the market has. Nearly every
well,
stock on every chart looks the same almost, except Zoom. Zoom filled up its like
okay,
475
there's a
gap.
gap here, 24s. I don't think it's gonna get filled at all. 24s, it's almost unlikely. I
I
believe
have a
this.
question.
Yeah.
How do you guys think Neo is going to do tomorrow morning?
It's gonna drop. It's
For
gonna
You
drop.
think
for tomorrow, the thing.
I
Okay.
the way it ran 43s for me today, it did 2 days worth of momentum that's been doing the last few days in like a half an hour on the last hour market. So it's like it's
Okay.
all
So
based on
the
momentum.
thing about Neo is that first it's moving on volume, right? It's heavy volume, right? It's almost 300 mil today, and average is about 172 mil. So for this to drop about 15 to 20% on a day, like there got to be a lot of major sell-offs. So it's not like 1 million sell shares or 2 million. So it's really hard for Neo to drop big candles.
I
So
think the only way Neo's gonna drop down on the way we guys explaining it, because obviously technical analysis is a big part to the growth of Neo, but
Mhm.
we've been having super bullish market, right? We've been having great conditions these past couple of days. It has been an amazing rally. So
Mhm.
imagine if we have another fourth day. This company right here is gonna get pumped in. If you're a smart man, obviously, it could get $1 or two more from pre-market, and you could sell it, right? You could sell it at profit before that drop down. I completely agree with all you guys saying that it needs to
Yeah, but
come
I
back.
would secure my profits. Definitely, I would secure my profits
Absolutely,
tomorrow
yeah,
night.
absolutely.
Yeah.
As soon as the market opens, that's probably the first thing I will be doing.
Okay,
But
How
I'm
about the
thinking the
XPEV? Same thing.
44. Okay,
so?
this is my price range: 43.80s or 44.20s. That's where I would sell. But if it go to majorly,
Well, it's already
47.
at 40. Well, it's already at 43.80s by the way
But
right now.
pre-market, we don't know the pre-market how it's gonna look like. Yeah, that's a problem. So it's already at this level, which is almost
It's getting
the
squeezed.
super high danger Fibonacci range, right? If it go past that, then it's just gonna drop crazy like this. Look at this. It opened at this Fibonacci point. If 34, what happened? It gapped on all the way. So it's a super high risky range. I wouldn't long it at that point. I would just take my profits and then wait for a little pullback, at least to this level at least. Since it just can't pull back too little, right? If you look at the Fibonacci bands in here, it just need to come at least to this first two orange lines for it to have a healthy pullback. That's it, 20% of the pullback. It needs to take a
And
pullback.
XPEV is at 39 now. Wow, crazy, running 87 mil.
XPV, this is just a news-based stock. There's no fundamentals or technicals. Again, this is a new IPO stock, so it's just these are the ones that's gonna go up crazy and then just come down crazy, like the Rocket. Y'all remember Rocket?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
remember Rocket. I still have shares from IPO, so I'm holding on
Yeah,
to it.
So what happened when that IPO? So we ran up so pretty fast. We opened at 17, we almost hit 34. And then what happened? Earnings dumped it. So I believe XPub is the same thing. There is no fundamentals for that company, and it's a super brand new company. So
Yeah, I think I saw some news today. They had better deliveries or something.
yeah, it's just the news that's pumping. There's no technicals on it. Look at the volume though. Like normal volume, traded volume is about 20 mil, and today it's 86. So which is about ×4 the normal volume. So for now, it's just moving on the momentum. There's nothing behind it.
So when we have a bullish and a lot of volume, probably it takes a long time to drop, right? It's because there are a lot of buyers at that point.
But
They don't want
yeah,
to sell.
that's the thing. If it takes a long time to drop, which means it's going to consolidate a lot. So if you buy shares at that point, you need to wait a lot of time. So I'm thinking it's just going to max. It's just going to, okay, it's almost at this level, which is super risky. It's just going to just consolidate at this point for a while. That's what I'm thinking. So if we hit that point, then we have to go down. There's no way it can just run up straight. That's almost up what from, it has a lot of gaps to fill from 22 to almost 40 in just 2 days, which is 100% of the stock. It's crazy. But yeah, for XPub and NEO, I wouldn't get any longs in
Do you
here.
think puts or shorting this would work? Or
We'll need to wait. We need to wait with the level. Since these levels are new all-time highs, it's hard to say where it's going to stop.
Yeah,
That's a
I know.
problem. All
That's
these
the problem.
price levels.
There is no history. It could keep going up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a problem with these stocks. So it's just need to we need to make sure that we have a basic data to say. So yeah, I'm thinking there's a possibility that we can fill the gap in here, but we'll see. Right, whose is that? Okay, it's fine. Okay, for Apple, someone asked about Apple. Apple, love this stock. I used to, by the way, not now. Okay, so let's close this. Oh, come on. Apple, so here we got a falling wedge in here, if y'all can see. And then we should have shot up all the way, which we did. We broke this level. That's a common pattern. We usually break the pattern bear channel and then it tests the support and it has to pump. But due to earnings, which is a massive dump in here, we took from 116 all the way to 109, which created a big gap in here, which it got filled pretty quick. But usually for Apple, it has a lot of gaps right now. So it has this from 115 all the way to 117, I believe, yes. So there's a possibility. Usually all these tech stocks, they're gonna fill the gaps. They can't run without filling those gaps. Like here in Apple, if you see this from the event, we had from 117 all the way to 119, it filled the gaps. It filled it right here. So usually on these big stocks, there is a lot possibility that we can gap fill, because these are like a heavy stocks that move on volume, and basically they're not like a penny stock that's just gonna run up and just stay there. They're eventually gonna fill the gap. But for now on Apple, I'm pretty it's kind of overextended. That's what I can say. So if you can see the trend in here, let me open this. I can actually. So if you can see, this is like a staircase trend, like a parabolic trend. So we go up, we consolidate, and the next day we go up, we go consolidate, go up and consolidate. So this is like a parabolic trend that I was talking about in the group chat today. Where is this? Where after we hit the base 4, we're going to jump crazy like this. So we can see it goes up, consolidates, goes up, consolidates, goes up, consolidates. And usually the stocks at this point are just gonna dump. So we're almost at the 3rd level right here. So we are 1, 2, 3. So usually according to that trend, we can have a possibility that Apple is just gonna jump from there. Or if it doesn't follow, if it's like the different stocks that are gonna form the base 4 as well, then we can see a pretty good gap up to the upside to 121s possibly, and then pump back down. But for now, bearish on Apple, I can say.
Yeah, agreed.
So I mean, it's just there's a lot of gaps that we need to fill. from this
No, it's been running crazy from Monday to now. It looks like
it's just not only Apple. It's
one
just
month's bullish rally in 3 days.
I think the overall market's just going to be down. You know.
Hella down.
So
Yeah, I'm thinking probably it's going to pass through December, and then probably January is when it's going to fall, I guess.
Once we find out who the president is, that's when we're gonna start seeing.
We're going to fall next week. Okay, this is super close to falling. So we made almost 4 bases. This is first base, second base, third base, and fourth base. So according to this trend, this is already proven. So the fourth base, all we can see is a pretty good gap up to the upside, which we can see here. If you can see, the most we can run is to, this is SPY. We can see on October 2nd, we hit the 354 level. So that's where it has to go up all the way. If you want to fill that. So that's the most it can go. So again, if it hits this 354 level, it's going to create a double top, which is ×2 the trend. And we can see a big gap down one day, like a super red day, possibly like this or more. But but after this huge, right, like, you know, there's nowhere like a S&P index. It ran from 323 to 360, 350s in just 2 days or just 4 days. This is pretty insane.
I mean, what about the drop from $30 in
that's
6 days?
different. Okay, thing is, okay, tell me this. Does gravity work faster than it goes up? Which is faster, going up through the stairs or jumping through the window?
Going up the stairs.
That's faster?
Jumping through the window.
Oh, jumping through the window.
Yeah,
obviously. So
we
stocks fall faster.
Escalator now. Yeah.
Yeah, stocks fall faster than they go up, right? But what's happening here? That's opposite. They're going up faster than they're dropping.
All right. Stocks move like rubber bands. When you pull them together, they always want to come back together. They follow a certain trend. This rally, we were extended away from the trend. Either
They're
things
super
like
extended. No, look at this trend right here. No, like from October 2nd to October 30th, we dropped. How much is that? Look at the slope, right? From 354 to 322. But what happened? That almost took 2 weeks. And what happened here? We rallied from the bottom to the top almost in just 4 days.
Yeah, but 4 hour wasn't oversold. Anytime a time frame that big comes
okay, oversold doesn't mean we can rally super high. Okay, we're oversold at that point. Super oversold. What happened?
We're not.
When we're oversold, we're looking for opportunity to buy.
Yeah, exactly. When something's oversold, it means that something can happen due to news. We can have a dead cat bounce. The thing is, what time frame are we going to have that dead cat bounce? Or is it going to be on the 15-minute, or is it going to be on the 4 hour? Is it going to be on the daily?
That's look at the 4 hour chart.
But last 4 days was a mad rush. That is just
that's just there's no reason for rush. That one is just
but that's just because everybody's thinking too bearish though. Because I'm a bull. So last week I was struggling a lot until like last Monday. I decided I'm going for bearish, and I was just looking for 323s on SPY. But it's not going along with the market's doing. If I see the market going up, breaking pre-market highs almost every morning, I'm not gonna be like, all right, it's time to short. I want to see how high it's gonna go. I want to look for where the levels are.
But the thing is, okay, there isn't a reason for it to run.
With that madness.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's no reason for this run, right? But what's the news? Is okay. If you look at the past 50 years of elections, the volatility is insane, pretty insane, crazy. And what did we do in the election day? We just stayed flat. We just gapped up, and we just stayed flat. Where is it? November 3rd. Look at this.
VIX is red, and then UVI VIX is all-time low. Crazy.
Look at this.
It's like
we just rallied and we just consolidated in the election day, where we should have the highest volatility like in the history. If you look at WIX,
just imagine about all those SPY $1 million bets people have been making for next week expiration.
But yeah, that's the thing. The WIX is higher on the normal days than on the election days, which is pretty insane, crazy. Like I didn't see like this happening anytime. When I was looking at past 4 years, if you look at the day charts, where's elections? 2016, September, October. There you go. You see the spikes from 14 all the way to 21, 22. And then what did you do this elections? We dumped. If you look at the weeklies and then see how we did from the
Well,
2016.
the way the weekly is looking on SPY right now, it's looking like a nice bullish engulfing, telling us we could see all-time highs on December. So that's from
No,
a
not in
technical
December,
standpoint.
but we have to cool down a bit. That's a problem.
There's the thing is we just came back from an oversold. We don't have anything to cool
We're
down
almost
from
at
the dip,
overbought right now.
and we could have a small pullback. But the thing is, we don't know how
Small
much higher it's.
pullback. Look at this. We went from oversold to overbought in just 4 days and 4-hour chart. And if you can look at the bands, we hit this. We're almost at the red band, which is pretty hard, like in a pretty danger zone for it to drop. And we can have a double bottom at that point at 354. Even if it passed the double bottom, it's gonna make a double bottom at 358.
Have you seen the history of SPY of how much it's actually capable of running in the heat level? It actually runs the heat right now. The 4-hour is just playing around with the heat. It's just zigzagging. It's not even in the heat level yet. It's sitting right at 70.36. It's approaching heat. It's not even in there yet. It's not even in there.
You're not understanding something.
And we're still already at 354. The thing is,
this is not in stock. This is an ETF. Understand that first. ETF.
What is that? ES?
No, this is SPY.
Exchange traded.
So even if you go to ES, right? Look at this. ES is too overbought at that level. On a 4-hour chart. ES is already at overbought.
But now do you see that oversold that was there? How often does SPY like sitting in oversold? And look how much oversold it went into. It went into more than when we had the Trump thing. Look how much oversold that. That's almost 20. When we had the 319, it wasn't even that. Oh, you changed it.
One second. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, when it was at 319, the RSI was a little bit above that 20 mark, right? But now when we had that second drop to 323 last time, it was under the 20. Look how the market recovered from 319 all the way to 354, and right now we went into more oversold. We're trying to stop a bull run that's clearly there. The patterns that SPY has done previously in the past, it literally has showed us that this run was more than capable because of how oversold it was. It happened when Trump was like, I have the virus, and SPY randomly dropped to 319. After that 319, we shot up to 354 without a problem. Yes, on the hype of stimulus check, but even when they knew there was a delay, it still ran up.
Time period. Look at the time. 24 September, October 12th.
Which was 354.
Yeah, but how long did it take?
That one took a little bit, but now what I'm trying to emphasize on was that the oversold reaction that we had.
No, but we see a divergence here. That's the thing. See the divergence here?
I mean, I don't understand Fibonacci levels.
No. Divergence is on our side. Okay, so we see a divergence here at 320. Okay, this is on ES, so 3,237. That's the first low, and our size at this level. And then what happened here?
It hit another low, and yeah, exactly. We got a divergence, and look at what ended up happening. It went up. That's the same thing that happened a week ago. From 323. What happened? Finish up.
Yeah, but we don't see a divergence right now for it to just pump up so hard.
Wait, where do you not see it though? Because when we hit 323, we hit a huge oversold, and when we came back to 322.60, the RSI did not go down that much. The RSI created a bullish divergence.
Look at this. No, okay, this is the first low.
There's a divergence right there, but it already went up though.
Yeah, okay, this is different. This is just from this time period, from here to here. The divergence is done. It got reset at that point. But if you look at this, right? The oversold at this 2733, and when it SPY's at 3,334, and we're at 16, right? And it SPY's at 16. So this is normal regular divergence.
So, right there, yeah.
So, yeah, but no, that's a regular.
Side, yes, and that time we were 100% good with shorting. I was with you. I'm like 323 is incoming. I'm good for it. But now when we started doing lower highs and we saw the bullish divergence, how come we did not change with it? That's what I'm saying.
Where's the bullish divergence at?
Look. Go all the way at the bottom of your trend and look at what price they did it. Tell me what price they did it, and then look where the next RSI bounces from. you're gonna see that even though SPY did a lower low, the divergence, there wasn't that much selling strength going on, which was indicating a reversal. And we were in such huge oversold levels that it would have been perfect. We could have had a small recovery, maybe not 350s, whatever we got, but at least like 340s.
Okay,
The
that's
correction was gonna
different.
happen.
No, but the
Wait, do you see
correction.
the bullish divergence though?
I mean, yeah, but that's not a big part. I can't, like, this is not a big part of the divergence. This is just normal RSI. Okay, this one right here, this drop, it's just consolidation. I don't see it as a drop, new low. All this is just consolidation. All these wicks are just similar. 3258 and 3243.
Okay, so I kind of agree with MITL. There, that divergence right there, you know, I think it's a strong divergence, especially once it, if you go back.
Whoa, I see. Okay, yeah, one second.
Yeah. Especially when it goes down like that, like drops significantly like that, and it picks up at a support level from previous. You know, I think that's a good bullish indication, even if it was a small one, even if it was a small divergence, you know. And you know, on the 15-minute chart, if you go on SPY, I think on the 2-hourly chart, you can see some long-term upside potential setting up with the technicals, which, you know, I was saying, you know, since 2 days ago, bullish on SPY. The market's been going up lately. You know, I don't know how far it's going to go up, but I'd be looking for puts at this level, at these levels.
354, where if we break, because now this is what the problem is for me going into shorts, right? The daily has just crossed over, so we know that SPY can actually try to run one more day before pulling back, because even if it pulls back, it's going to try to do a higher low. I mean,
Obviously, it's going to be a higher low. It's not going to be lower low, but.
But the thing is, with the daily just crossing over now, like literally now, it gives us a huge upside potential before that happens, because the daily just crossed over today.
So we can get puts for next week. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Okay, look at this. We see a daily cross here, and we just see a little upside. It's okay. I don't care about this MACD indicator, to be honest. This is, I'm not trusting it to be that 100% lately, since that daily is for a long term. But I'm talking about a pullback for just minorly, like at least to a retracement to 340 level.
See, if the daily crosses over, it means that a time frame, maybe the 30-minute and 1 hour, wants to run the heat one more time. It's just certain patterns you see. If the 4-hour crosses over, there's a certain time frame that wants to run the heat. It's just simple patterns on it. I know you don't personally use MACDs. I can tell you don't look at it.
But yeah, look at 2 hours. Look at 2 hours. It's dropping.
2 hour, but now look at the previous patterns. Every time it looked like it was gonna drop, it bounces back up.
That's the problem with the indicators. That's the reason I don't trust them. I only trust the price levels, to be honest.
But price action, like, you saw, right? This morning I told you we were gonna see literally ascending triangle all day, and I even showed it to you by the end of the day. In the morning, there was nothing there. And
it's
by the
just
end of the
too
day,
choppy
it got filled
today.
up.
No, it's just too choppy.
It was
today.
just consolidating. It was consolidating in a pattern. Like, it doesn't know which way it wants to go, but with a ascending triangle being ascending, and the daily almost wanting to cross over, we don't have a choice but to accept that we might get a 354 test tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, that's possible. That I told you, like, we can test
But now, if we break past that, that's where we need to stop thinking so bearish, because yeah, it's
no. It has to fill the gaps. Like, you know, there's got to be something that's going to fill the gap to this bull run. It can't just run that heavily without filling those gaps. And the news after this Biden wins, or it's basically news right now. So it's okay. Say the scenario. If everything goes right and Biden wins the election, right? There's got to be a lot of riots based on Trump and Biden. And Trump is going to go to Supreme Court right now, saying that he wants a re-election or recounting on the states like Pennsylvania or Wisconsin or something, right? Okay, that's a big thing. That's amazing. Yes, that's a big thing. So, but is he gonna be silent for that? No, he's gonna do something that's gonna affect the economy as well as the government for not functioning well on his end, since he lost due to some bad influence or just bad counting on the Trump side, which potentially affects the market as well. Since he knows how to impact the market, he can just pump the market or dump the market with one tweet. So
yeah, he's going to continue tweeting. And then did he say that he's going on a vacation if he doesn't win or leaving the country?
I don't know.
If he doesn't win, he's not leaving that house. And if he leaves that house, he's gonna make this country a living hell. And if he makes this country a living hell, the market is gonna go to shits. That's just pretty much this. It's a domino effect everywhere around it. But it's hard to tell right now. It's hard to tell.
Okay, let's say that happens. Biden wins with the majority, and Trump is just gonna make a like some Supreme Court decisions or something. Even though if he does that, market is gonna dip, since the heat levels right in the country is gonna increase, like a conflict between previous ex-president and president, which means the country economy is gonna get weaker and as well. Since there's other countries are trying to attack already, like Europe is under attack by terrorists, right? We can see that in US as well, since these people are just trying to argue against the presidentship and the elections rather than focusing on the country's security and economy, right? So that's a potential downside if they do that. Like, they just fight over the election and presidency. Or let's say just Trump wins the election somehow. Okay, which there's no possibility, but somehow he wins. What's gonna happen then? There's a lot of Trump. Then the market is just going to jump as well, since we're setting up for a thing that's expected as Biden, and at the last minute, if it changes, then some people can take the change, or there's a lot of Trump haters than Biden haters. I can say that. So that's a problem.
All the EV stocks and solar stocks will just drop like 25% on the same day.
Yeah, that's a problem with the market.
Absolutely.
Like they can't change. They can't take the change. There will be a lot of sell-offs either way. So any news that comes out, it's just going to sell off. So, okay, let's say Biden.
Doesn't it look clean that he's going to make it, Biden, at this point? Just one
okay,
state?
yeah, okay. Let's say Biden is just going to win, and what happens after the decisions he's going to take? Like, say he's impacting the tax implements. He's saying that he's going to tax every trade we do, which is potentially a bad side for all the traders. And what's going to happen then? A lot of sell-offs, since they don't want to trade that much. So any decision that's going to happen politically or governmentally, it's going to affect the stock market heavily as of now. Like in the downside, for sure. So that's what I'm concerned about. Like, if you take off all these trends, right, aside, it's just a political news that's going to impact the market more than these trends. Because it's just basically like an earnings gamble right now. Any news that's going to...
We already know whatever goes up must come down. So,
okay, yeah.
We got to embrace that impact,
Yeah, we can't just straight up run.
Yeah.
You can't just straight up run without just filling all these gaps, right? So that's a possibility that we can drop. That's one thing. And this elections news, that's two things. Because there's a lot of bad news that's going on in the market right now. Like, not the bad news in the market, but overall in the government. There's going to be a lot of conflicts in nearby.
Yeah, overall, like, you're a lot safer shorting, I believe, on this here,
But yeah, for short term, yes, I'll be shorting it. But after, like, I don't know how the economy is going to look like under Biden's presidency. Like, I don't think we're just going to run super heavy like this. Look at this drop to all-time highs in just a few months. No, that's not happening again. Never. This is just one in a lifetime thing. If you got in like the calls at that point, for not for a SPY, but any stock, you would be sitting on a gold mine. This one is heavy, this drop. But yeah, I don't think Biden is capable of just creating this big movement. Okay, Apple to 116 tomorrow, you think? Apple to 116. Okay, the thing about Apple is heavily weighted in NASDAQ and S&P 500 and QQQ. So you have to look at the QQQ levels, like how it's looking. So basically on QQQ, yes, it's looking super on the edge. It's basically like any bad news or any sell-off can lead a potential to a downside, since there's a lot of gaps, and it's way overextended, if you can see. I can't say Apple to 116 tomorrow, not possibly. But I can say there's not a lot of room for it to run more to the upside, since there's like a resistance coming soon. It's already a resistance right now, possibly to 120.53. That's the max it can go before it pulls back. But so Apple can't go to 116 possibly. No. Unless the thing is NASDAQ is super strong. If you look at it, it's moving on heavy volume. Never seen this happen. Like 5% in a day, and next day it's up 2.67%, and it's still not dropping. Like no major red candles. But yeah, unless NASDAQ drops heavily, I wouldn't consider Apple is going to drop as well. Let's see how the futures are going to open. They're going to be opening in like 6 minutes. So if NASDAQ just stays strong, then Apple, there's no chance Apple is just going to drop. And Apple has good news as well, that their iPhones are getting sold a lot, and their products has been getting a lot of good reviews, which is a good thing for Apple. So Apple is being strong, you know.
Tomorrow is the first non-pre-order for iPhones.
That's a good thing for Apple as well. Again, tomorrow is a big day. Okay, 1, it's Friday, so low volume usually. 2, the election results are coming out tomorrow, possibly. That's what Pennsylvania stated, and Nevada too. But if Nevada gives out the decision tonight, then it's a game changer for tomorrow morning. So that's the thing you need to keep in mind. The news tomorrow. I'm not bullish or bearish for tomorrow, so I'm not sure really what's going to happen tomorrow, since it's just news based for tomorrow. I'll just wait and watch what's going to happen. But for next week, I'm a little bearish, but I wouldn't say it's going to run super heavy to the upside, because I don't see a reason to run it to the upside and a lot of like in a room to run, because I found it as a triangle to the morning. Well, let me look at it if it's 30 minutes. Yeah, if you can see here, where is this? Is it 30 minutes? Yeah, here. All these drawings. If you can see here, this is just following the trend. So according to this triangle, if it follows a pattern, so it has to take the resistance at that point, since it's just following the trend perfectly. So I can see it just dropping at this level, since the resistance is at that level. But if it gets denied at that level, then we can see a possible drop to like 340s levels, not tomorrow, but next week. And if it get denied at that 340 level, which is a strong support previously, then we can gap fill all the way down. So possibly we can just take the support at that point, if not any further, but which is unlikely. So 320 level is a key level, but if it's super bearish, then we can test it all the way down to fill all these gaps. But yeah, usually if it does break out at that level, which is a possibility, if it does break out about 354, which is less chances to break out, but we can see the all-time highs again, possibly 360s as well. Yeah, but it can't go past 360s. There's no way it can go past. So, but for now, I'm a little bearish on that for next week. Like possibly a drop coming soon. That's the reason I'm not longing any of these. I'm just shorting them as much as possible, since I'm kind of scared of what's going to happen next time if it follows the trend. So since today as well, it went to 352, but it can just go past about that. It's just consolidate a lot. But yeah, I'm just bearish on that for now. And we're almost at this super overbought area, which is a bad thing on 2-hour chart, and the MACD is about to cross. Any other stocks to look at?
Yeah, do me a favor, Ninja. Check up RCL. I know I loaded it today. I already did my due diligence on it, but I want to hear your perspective on it. RCL.
1 sec. Ooh, it's looking super good. Oh, I believe there's, okay, it's just hit that 52 level, which is a lowest Fibonacci point. As long as it's just not, as long as it's just trading below, I'm bearish on it. But I think it's just gonna, there's a possibility it's just gonna break above that. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish on it for now, to the upside. But where are you trying to get on that? there?
in reality, I seen that, you know, it was touching my levels, right? I think it was like that 70, 59.72 was pretty much like that resistance at that level. So, you know, in reality, when it's a situation like that, there's always a major breakout either going up or down, and it continues making higher highs. So pretty much swinging this to tomorrow, maybe into to next week. You know, we will probably reach that 64, 65, hopefully, with good market conditions. That's pretty much what I see.
It's a possibility. Yes.
Yeah,
I can see
right.
that.
It's a big possibility. We just need some good market conditions to, you know, get $2 to $3 on the premium to cash out on that. But long position wise, you know, we could definitely potentially hit that 65, break that 65, and then hit that 70. That'd be a
Yeah,
good
I
situation.
like $2 to $3 move is definitely possible,
Yeah.
but I don't see anything
Thing is that
further though.
the company has no, you know, positive outcomes, you know, to you know, their structure. So you know, obviously the pandemic is slowing down consumption of you know, their product, but you know, with this rally that's happening right now, you know, we pretty much don't know what any outcome that's happening with all these companies. Like every company is waking up, you know, pre-market, you know, out the devil's gate. So as long as we continue with good market conditions, we can definitely see some good upside potential profit.
If you look at the 45-minute chart, it's just hitting that purple line, which is almost a resistance point. But if it can go past that, I can see it hitting that 65 range or 64.78 before it's making a double bottom or double top.
Nice. Appreciate you, Matt, as always.
Right. Any other thing? Okay. What about you? I was wondering what you thought about the future of the stock, eBay future. Well, let's look at daily first. Okay, so for future on the eBay, no, I'm not very bullish on it. Definitely not. It's not. It went up super strong, but now for now it's just been dropping. Yeah, definitely not super good on this. I wouldn't long it.
I seen that yesterday. They had that good momentum, right? It was pretty much, it should have been a scalping play. We'd have scalped it from, you know, that strong confirmation would have been good to go. Swinging this right here is pretty much, you know, 50-50. Yeah, right. It's a little good upsides there. It's a 50-50 situation, right? 50-50 situation. If maybe we could do a pullback and keep going.
Okay. Yeah, this is what happened. So we had this first, like a W formation. So after this run out, we need to have a healthy pullback, which we're doing it right now on the monthly chart. I can see it hitting 44s levels anytime soon. If not, if we can reject, then 41s. So that needs to take support at that point and pump back. But yeah, for now, I'm just looking bearish. But once it hits the 44 levels, like a decent pullback, then I can see potential to the upside. Yeah.
Nice. That's great.
It's ranging, so I can see it downside. If you're talking about the future of the company, yeah, it's looking good, but it's just having a little pullback.
Although, I mean, with that pullback there, if it does break above, would that indicate like a bullish flag a little? I mean, because it did pull back, but it still has room.
Yeah, it didn't hit the support yet because there's no support hanging around that point.
Yeah.
At least to 44s. So just watch that level.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, what if it if it goes the other way, I think, you know, just because there definitely is room for the support, you know, but it doesn't really necessarily need to hit that level though.
Yeah. Okay, let me check the futures if they're just open. Oh, they're just red and flat. Yep, we gapped down. Oh, red bar. Well, tomorrow we can't decide right now, but I'm just saying how it's looking.
Yeah.
yeah, for now we're just looking flat. Nothing further. Not that 350. We're at 350 range. So
can we expect any Friday sell-off or no this time?
Friday's off. Well, it depends on the tomorrow's news. And Trump is talking today at 6:30. I mean, we just consolidate.
I think Friday
Amazon when you
sell-off.
get a chance.
Huh?
Can you look at Amazon?
Holy, Amazon ran pretty hard. I like how all these just run in the open and then consolidate, running at the open, consolidating, running at the open and consolidating. I love that. But we got.
Yeah, look at the stair step, heavy stair step process from Monday to today.
Parabolic stairs.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Usually they do it. Usually but for now,
looks
I'm
like
seeing,
very strong. Huh?
Again, NAS is too strong. Okay, if you can look, it's just not one. Look at this, how heavily green it is. Hella green. So as long as, but for now, it's just, look at this. We're just hitting that a range. We're just ranging between. All this is just consolidation, but it just broke out of the consolidation at the end of the market. So which is a bear flag if you can see for tomorrow leading, potentially Friday. So tomorrow I don't think it's gonna be a red. But for now, yeah, I don't see it running too much further. Because these candles are just ranging for now. I see a small doji. At least it's just got to consolidate and just gonna fill the gaps, but definitely long, not definitely long. Where's any others to look at?
And all the tech stocks ran up like 30-35% in last 4 days. Monday sell off to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Not check.
Which is a good thing. We need a pullback. Well, I'm not sure when. But NASDAQ, holy all-time highs. God damn.
Yeah, but I think this time pullback may not be like a crash. It might be very small one, I guess.
But
that's what it looks like right now.
Definitely not. Definitely gonna be a big one. Well, look, it's fine. Definitely gonna be a big one. See, okay, look at this pattern. We're just started to bleed. We just hit that. We can no candle closed about that. And these first gap here. Second gap. There's a big one. Third. And tiny one. Fourth. So these are just huge gaps. I mean, I don't think there's any previous gaps. We had this gap here, but we filled from previous. But no major gaps to fill. We had this gap here. These are the ones we need to watch out for when we get the resistance or something. But yeah, for now, these are just key levels. We're at resistance
Never
zone.
filled that gap.
Huh?
It never filled that gap they just drew.
Well,
The last one they just drew.
This one?
Yeah.
That's the key level we need to watch in the recessions. Possibly 2-3 years, we're gonna fill it. I mean, look at this gap right here, right? And then what happened? We got filled here.
It's that one gap that basically says not every gap needs to get filled.
Future.
And there's another gap on the bottom too that never got filled, and another one.
This one?
Yeah.
Hey,
and all the ones below that one never got filled.
Biden is here, so we can possibly fill all of these. Okay, look at this. We had this, right? We filled it at that point. So it took a while. Yeah, it's just gonna take a while for them to fill. But for now, look at this. This is perfectly matching. First high, second high, third high. So a pullback to fill this gap. So if we can enter this demand zone for the gaps, then we can pull back all the way to 347 easily. And if it can't pass that, then boom, there's no support nearby. This is just consolidation here. All this is just consolidation. So break below this consolidation is a gap down.
I mean, it kind of looks like we're filling up the old gaps by gapping.
Well, yeah, there's no more to fill. To the upside, at least. Yeah. Why I need something like this. Some big candle like this. It's been a while since I saw that red candles. All right. Any other things to look at? We looked at. Any others? Bro, UVXY. This is still not. I still can't understand why this is doing this.
Yo.
SPY is $4, $6 away from all-time highs.
Yeah, I think the surprising thing, yeah, UVXY, look at that. It's, I don't know, I have a bunch of shares. I'm going to just wait for a bad day to sell that because that's when it's going to go up.
Yeah, but look where it hit the top and we were literally at the bottom in March.
Well, it didn't take a lot of time for it to just pump.
I mean, those are some huge green candles. I think those were happening within like a week and a half.
Yeah, that's a very short time frame, probably 7 or 8 days in the COVID stuff, COVID crash.
But that's when SPY was at its lowest. I mean, you can't expect UVXY to be up when SPY is $6 away from all-time highs.
Yeah, I think it might bounce back to 25. That's when I'm going to exit. But we have to have a high volatility day for it to happen.
Damn, UVXY ran a lot in March.
I mean, so did Wix.
Yeah, Wix.
Wix is green as well, right?
Wix is red today. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is red.
It is red.
Yeah, it looks like there's not much fear in the market anymore, huh?
I mean, Wix is oversold. Yeah, every time I hit the oversold, it just pumped. So we can see a pump.
I mean, on the higher time frames, it looks like it's correcting its overbought.
What the fuck? The 49 is 41 is overbought. Since when?
How much was it? 41 to what is the price right now?
27.
27.
Wow, it was 41 like what, four days ago, Monday?
Hold on. So if Wix gapped up from 35 to 40 and you were still okay with going calls, you're not okay with going in for calls on SPY? Wix literally gapped up from 33 to 40 within a day.
No, it didn't gap up.
On October 27th, it was sitting at 33. On
Yeah,
October 28th, it
going
opened up at 40.
34.8. No, 34.8. Look at that.
I have a huge gap on mine. Hold on, let me just send it in though.
There's no gaps on these. They don't move that bad.
Bro, where's my...
Well, but for now, ES is dropping. That's all I know.
What's it dropping?
Futures or just
futures. Okay.
Yo, can you do analysis on gold and silver?
Sure.
Gold has been shorting up a little bit, but silver, I have long silver for April and December. I'm still
okay. So what time frame you're looking, buddy?
4 hour.
Okay. Well, for gold, let me look at the previous support and resistances. Well, we see one here. Okay, this is demand zone. Okay, this is okay. I can see a push to 1966. There is no reason for it to drop before that. But if we can see, I can see a little pullback to the downside since RSI has to reset. But on the 4-hour chart, yeah, it's looking to drop a little, since we can see a little resistance at that point as well. This consolidation plays a big time. But 1941, that's a support level, and 1966, that's a resistance level. So past that, we can see new highs. But for now, I see little pullback since these candles need to, I mean, if we don't have the momentum coming in, then we can lose all this momentum. But 1942, that's a support. 1940s, that's a strong support area. But if you can't hold that, then we can see 1932s. So I'm a little bearish on this for a little pullback. Then we can see a little. So I'm thinking just to take the support and then pump back up to the upside. So that's how it's looking. So
Can you guys look at Zoom? Is that Zoom going to drop, or it's going to keep going up now?
Oh, Zoom is going up.
You guys still on that puts or game came out?
I just, it's just a normal swing for tomorrow. But not for tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is looking better. We just need a $5 drop tomorrow, which will be fine. But for now, it's looking super bullish in the momentum sense. So I wouldn't short it in the long term. Yeah, just take a perfect oversold, and then it's running all the way up. So 504, that's a strong resistance since we see this consolidation. And then what happened after we broke this consolidation, we see new highs. So possibly after we broke this 5-4, we can see possible to this level again. Since, I mean, there's a lot of bad news still in the market. What else is there to talk about? Anything else? Ooh, silver is actually in the resistance area. Yeah, silver has to pull back.
What's it at 26 right now, silver?
25 to 21. Yeah, the wick touched it almost. But yeah, I can see a pullback to the downside.
Yeah, I have April long calls 25.
That's SLV.
SLV, yeah.
Yeah, this is silver. SLV is different. That's iShares silver.
Yeah, like April long calls for 25. It's 20% down. I was hoping it's going to go up later, I guess.
I mean, for now, I'm bearish on silver. I need a little pullback to the downside. All right, anything else?
Yep, I'm good, thank you. Hey, Angel, are you trading futures today or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
After this session, I need to open. Trump is
just
talking in half an hour.
Looks like it's going to take a few days before I get one.
Well, today's looking choppy, so. All right, anything else to talk about, or?
You trade Bitcoin?
Bitcoin?
Yeah, crypto.
Oh, no, I don't trade crypto. But I'll check it out for you. Wow, it's just big. Oh, 15 minutes. Let's look at one week. Okay, Bitcoin. We have, okay. There is no reason for Bitcoin to stop right now. It's the levels. There's no super high resistances nearby, since it already passed that 13,000 mark, 15,000. So I feel like it's on the way to 20,000, definitely. But I see a little correction to the downside here. If we can look, we had this consolidation. Then we'll just have this big green candles. But for now, our side needs to or it just needs to reset. So I think it's just gonna come back a little to this end of consolidation, since you can see the support started to begin at that level. So consolidation happening. But yeah, I can see anytime hitting that 14,350 mark and then pulling back up. So I wouldn't long it, but I'll wait for the little pullback to enter. Yeah, this is just consolidations. It broke out at that point. Anything else?
Ninja, can you look at Dexcom, DXCM?
We just had earnings. Beautiful. Love this. Such a V shape. But yeah, there is a possibility that like it's trying to fill this gap right here. This one and this one. Yeah, it has a lot of potential to the upside, but it has to take the support at 350 area.
351 to move up. Okay.
Yeah. So if it can take that, then we can see a lot of upside to fill the gaps. Bro, this is where do you find these? 307 to 350. Nice. Yeah, this is good for longing if they hit that 350 level.
Yeah, I'm holding like 400 calls for 20th November. So
Morning star right here. Yeah, this is a good for longing.
the pattern, yeah. I think it has some gaps to fill. Looks like it's going to get to 400 pretty fast.
You're watching my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, these are all just gaps. It's gonna fill earnings gaps. Well, like it's not like Apple, but it's just gonna fill slowly. This Apple filled the gaps pretty huge, pretty fastly. It already filled the earnings gap. It's crazy how I saw Apple at 108 and then now it's at 119.
Wow, yeah, it's a big.
Apple was running it up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
I have shares at 121.
All right, anything else to talk about or any questions?
No, man, I'm all set. Thank you.
All right, and everyone is just done. I can just end it here.